Hello, and welcome to day one of the Coalition to Stop Gun Violence's Las Vegas to Pittsburgh virtual GOTV for GVP Tour. My name is Andrew Patrick, and I am the Director of Political Communications at the Coalition to Stop Gun Violence. For the next 27 days, we will be highlighting gun violence prevention champions across the country and encouraging our supporters to get out the vote to help increase the gun violence prevention majority in the House of Representatives and bring new leadership to this issue in the United States Senate. Today, for day one, we are so lucky to be joined with Congressman Steven Horsford. Congressman Horsford was elected in 2018. He is a member of the House Gun Violence Prevention Task Force and has co-sponsored multiple GVP bills, including H.R. 8, the Bipartisan Background Checks Act of 2019. Congressman Horsford, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Andrew. It's great to be on.
Congressman, you represent Nevada's 4th District. It includes northern Clark County, which is the home of Las Vegas. Today is October 1st, and 3 years ago today, 58 people went to a music festival in Las Vegas and never returned home. 2 more in 2019 and 2020 ended up passing away from their injuries sustained in that horrible shooting. How is your community doing, and how does a tragedy like this move the needle for change in the next Congress?
Well, thank you, Andrew, for your question. And today is a day of remembrance, but it's also a day for resolve for us to take action. And as you indicated, in addition to representing Nevada's 4th Congressional District, I want people to know that, my own family has been affected by this seemingly never-ending epidemic. I lost my father to gun violence when I was 19, and now I am honored to be able to take up this cause for so many other families who are impacted. As you said, our city, Las Vegas, was faced with the deadliest mass shooting in the Western Hemisphere just a few years ago. Specifically, it's been 3 years since the horrendous 1 October shooting that devastated our community that I was born and raised in. On this day, a gunman opened fire at a country music festival where 22,000 concertgoers gathered for an enjoyable evening. But sadly, more than 1,000 shots were fired over the course of just 15 minutes. The individual took the lives of 58 innocent people, 31 of which died before they could even make it out of the concert venue. And it wounded nearly 800 others. In fact, just the other day, one of the wounded, unfortunately, passed away from further complications. So 1 October should have been a wake-up call to our country then, but yet years later, we still do not have in place the many pieces of legislation that would prevent gun violence like this from happening across our country. So following the darkness of October 1, many of us are still grieving and are enduring the pain that no family, no friend, spouse, or child should ever have to face. Gun violence has touched too many of our lives. And the most tragic part is that we can take real substantial steps to address these deaths. And that's what I'm trying to do as a member of Congress.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm so sorry to hear about your own father and your personal experience and just this devastation. I was out there a year ago on the 2nd anniversary, and just to witness the pain and still the shock 2 years later and now 3 years later, it is just incredibly emotional. So we wish you the best of luck. Can you tell our supporters how to get involved in helping get out the vote in your campaign?
Well, we've got a lot of work to do, and I do appreciate the support of so many gun safety advocates. And so to get involved, you just contact us at stevenhorsford.com/volunteer. Again, that's stevenhorsford.com/volunteer. And we are doing virtual phone banks and reaching out to voters, letting them know that mail ballots have actually been delivered or are in the process of being delivered, that as soon as they receive them, they need to complete them and return them or drop them off at a location once early voting begins. But to have a plan to vote. This is a very consequential election. In addition to, as you said, keeping the House, winning the Senate, and electing Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to the White House, the Supreme Court is also on the ballot, and gun safety legislation is on the ballot. And so we've made progress. We've got a lot more progress to make, but we've got to have the right leaders in position in order to move this country forward. So thank you for all of your help and support, and we look forward to winning together.
Thank you so much, sir. Best of luck to you, and